Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Aries the Emperor here. I am back with another general reading for all of my Aries angels. If you are new here, welcome. Join us for a spell. This is an all Aries channel for all of my Aries placements. Cross watchers, you are welcome. Just take in mind that this reading may or may not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Do not force the reading. Okay, so this is the last Friday of 2023, you guys. Shit just got real. So I thought like we do a wild card today, and we're gonna do one final. This is what's being said about you. You know, every single word for the last time this year and going forward. We're gonna see what they really got to say about you, as we get into the 2024 year. Things are gonna change. I feel like you are definitely changing the narrative in your life. You are growing, because let me tell you something. One thing about it is I done figured out this holiday season and at the end of this year that some motherfuckers just don't change, y'all. They're not gonna change. All right. And what's being said about you is that you are changing, and it's for the better. We're going to use the Pasta Tarot deck. Okay. And I got to talking. Thank you guys for all your likes, your subscribes, your donations to those of you who share my readings, book personal readings, and also shop the vegan friendly website. I am at this point done taking readings until I'm taking a break the first quarter of January. So I'm not accepting any more readings at this time. And you are able to still purchase candles. Okay. I know I have a few readings to still get out, and that is what I am working to do throughout today. So I got you. You know what I'm saying? But your girl got to take a break. I need to recharge for January, and I want to get ready for the real new year, which is Aries season. Okay, let's jump into it. All right, let's see what's really being said about you. And I wanted to give y'all a little scenery today. It's so gloomy where I am, and it's raining. Just a few days ago during Christmas, it was like in the 60s. And now it's like 40s. I think it was the 30s this morning. So let's jump into this reading. That could be significant about you, what's being said about you. You used to be hot, but now you seem like you're turning cold, like cold pasta. But it's for good reason. I feel a lot of y'all. Some of y'all have to put your foot down, and you have to be, in this certain energy. It's if you have to deal with that individual, because you don't have to deal with nobody you don't want to deal with. But we got the Queen of Minuta, and if I'm saying this right for all my Italian friends out there, but this is the Queen of Pentacles here. And what's being said about you is, you are being warm in situations that are necessary and safe for you to do so. You know what I mean? And for people to judge you and call you an asshole or a bitch or, whatever term it is that would represent that of, the opposite of the Queen of Pentacles, would be because you are protecting yourself first and foremost, like I mentioned here. And with the Queen of Pentacles energy, like people see that change in you. They see some type of distance that you have created between maybe you and them, but now you are committing to things outside of the physical, you know what I'm saying, i.e. nature, just in general, meditation, and like I said, you're not just anybody. You're taking your energy more serious, and I feel like people are saying that about you, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like more fruit you are bearing at this time, or creating for yourself, and then when the time comes, it's going to sprout out beautifully. And that is what is a fear, I feel like, for others as well, who you have cut off, or you may think twice, because you are someone who is mature. You are gaining control of your life, you know, if not already in that state, you know what I mean here, because people are in different stages of their life, you know, and that's with your spiritual journey and with your, you know, your career, you starting over, your business, or however it resonates for you. But it's very clear now. I feel like you are in the race, and not to say that you are participating or you signed up for any type of competition, but it's like now your name is really in the memory bank as your top tier. You know what I'm saying? Or if not top tier right now, you have the ability, you know, you have the resources, you are moving up, you are polishing off, you are becoming of some mastery, you are being embedded in people's brains, and you are a part of the conversation, you are a topic. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's being said about you, you know, especially going into the 2024 year. You know, definitely you're one of the players out there that are being discussed. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you have an athlete that's really great, and you talk about their stats, you know, that were from game whatever years, ever many years ago. You know, I'm not that into sports, but you get what I'm saying. You know, like Babe Ruth, everybody still talk about him. Michael Jordan, you know, these are, if you have something of them, it's of value, right? And this is what's being said about you. Like, you are that value. You are to be valued. You are to be respected. You know, you are to be treated as such. You know what I'm saying? And that's grade A energy that needs to be being presented to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you would do it for anybody. And that's what's being said about you. That's why it makes people so mad when you separate, because they know how much of an amazing energy that you actually were until you snatch something away. You know, that's when you really have that wake up call. You know, and you could have somebody saying they wish that you was still their queen or their king here of Pentacles. But now, you know, things have gone, or things are headed in a different direction here, and it's one where you're still going to do amazing in whichever path that you take. And that's what's being said about you. Motherfuckers know, you know, that you're not to be played with in so many words. And not just say like not to be played with, you know what I mean? It's just, damn, you know, they fumbled a good one, and that's you. Okay, and now Spirit's about to bless who? You. That's what's being said about you. So we have the Ace of Lunga. Lunga? This gonna make me want pasta after this reading. I love it. So Ace of Lunga is the Ace of Swords, right? Okay, so boom. What did I say here? And you know what I mean? What is being said about you is, you a smart motherfucker. You a bad motherfucker. You know, they wouldn't really want to come up against you in a battle, in a war, you know, and what's being said about you is you're somebody who doesn't flaunt, you know, your smarts or what you're capable of, what you able to do, where you've been, but you will share that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it makes people feel away. You know, their accolades may not add up to your accolades, you know, you know, they may have not grown up with the same type of background that you have grown up. But I still feel like you are, like I mentioned, respected, even though there's a level of intimidation there of some sort here. You know, it's just like you having one over on somebody. I really feel like that's what's being said about you. As you fight like it's 10 of you, you know, it's only just one of you. And it's like you are unbreakable, just like a sword, you know what I mean? Who can bend, I don't know what they mean, like the different metals and things that's like the best swords. I remember Kill Bill, was it like a Hanzi Tori sword or something like that? They said, you are sharp and you are unbreakable. You are just like that piece of machinery. Well, not to call it machinery, but metal, okay? You are just that pristine and you know, handmade, hand-tailored. you know, and people notice that about you, you know, and they take those details with them, you know, and they may discuss them amongst other people, you know, or they have stories about how you came back from something and the way that you handled it, you know. So it that automatically, you know, just watching someone, hearing them speak, you know what I mean, watching their mannerisms and what they do, you know, when it's just you and them, you really get to see who someone is without them even realizing. You get to see who they are, and I feel like that is what has happened with you, you know, in the past. People, they really, they can feel the realness coming from you, you know, and you somebody that they would want you to actually be on their team, you know, regardless of if they really able to come out their mouth and say it, or whether they gonna say it amongst others, you know, while you know we're near around. You give the type of energy where people definitely talk about you when you know we're near around. And when you show up, it's like, all right, they're acting like you was like never even a topic. You are. That's what's being said about you. King of Quarta is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, y'all, aka the King of Wands. And I hope I explained that right. I know I just tripped up over my words. Like, I feel like my throat chakra is being attacked. But just like that, King Quarta is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. Is this not something you gonna go and talk about, but still at the same time be like, I wonder what he's reading? Like, that's how intriguing you are. You know, you look fun. You are just something that people aren't used to, but it's something that people need in their life, and that's you. That's what's being said about you, you know, that people know that they did you wrong. They said fucked up shit about you, when really, like I mentioned here, they would want you. Six of Lunga, aka the Six of Swords. It came out in reverse here, but I'll show y'all what it looks like upright. So yeah, now Spirit is moving you right on up out of there, you know, sending you down a path where you are now going to be talked about even more, you know, and they're not even going to have no access to you at this point in time here. But one thing's for sure, you know, you show people that they're not going to stop you from accomplishing anything, you know, from being happy, you know what I mean, from just living out loud. And this is what this Six of Swords energy, just like water flows, you know what I mean? It's going to flow you right on up out of there. And it's the power of the divine that's moving you with this High Priestess is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. You know, people could know that you are somebody. You could be a reader yourself, and you know where you're from. And people may whisper about that, or whisper about you being into the metaphysical realm, or, you know, just being into tarot, or, you know, just being someone who is of alternative healing powers, or, you know, you believe in alternative medicine, or you are somebody that comes from a lineage of witches in your family, or people who have practiced the arts of occult sciences in some way, shape, or form, or you're just somebody who people whisper about, you know, and like I mentioned, they quiet about it, you know, but please believe there is conversation. The High Priestess is somebody who holds her cards, you know, is somebody who knows secrets, you know, is a secret keeper. You know, you could be somebody who is so trusted and people fumbled you for people who ended up screwing them over, you know, because they were so busy trying to judge you and project onto you, you know. And I feel like people are having to eat, you know, a slice of humble pie here. And that's what's being said, you know, behind closed doors, you know, or at least the thoughts that's going on in their head when they really get back to themselves, you know. And not only that, you know, people keep tabs on you as well because they want to see. That's how you know somebody invested, when they trying to see how you doing without them. And, you know, why would you want to know that? If you call yourself moving on from somebody, why would you still stalk? You know, because that's slick what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're being nosy. It just, my mind went blank there. It's just baffling here, but what's being said about you is, yeah, I think people may fear you just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you do voodoo or, you know, hoodoo or anything. I'm just saying I feel like people may feel like you can put a spell on them, or you can put a curse on them, or maybe they feel like you did do that to them. You know what I mean here? Because some things just may be out of whack, I feel like, for people now that you are not in contact, or you're not in their lives, or it's just something that carries with them that they're going to keep hitting in their minds. But it's not going anywhere. That's for certain. I feel like people would say that you have healing powers as well here, or, you once saved their lives, or you once came through for them in some way, shape, or form here. Excuse me. Knight of Rapinia. Rapinia is cups. Stuffed pasta. Yeah. What's being said about you is they'd give it another go. They'd give it another shot. If you're willing to forget about everything. If they had a way to get back in. If they knew you would fall for their shenanigans again. It's just like, the disrespect be loud, but you know what I'm saying? The accountability and the apologies, that type of thing, be so quiet. Like a little church mouse. You know what I mean? Hearing people like that act like they angels. And I'm not calling you are an Aries angel, but nobody's perfect. All right. They say the devil was once an angel, right? So I'm just saying here, you got people that just do not take accountability. They think that because it's them, or because you have a special place for them in your heart, that they can come and go as they please as well here. And I feel like you are showing and proving, or you have stood up for yourself, and they see and they are in disbelief, that you stand your ground, or you stand in your ground this time, or when you say you're going to do something, you do it. When your mind is made up, it's made up. That's what's being said about you, is like you are a stand-up individual. You keep your word. Your word is your bond. And people, let me tell y'all, real people are so rare to come by these days. I'm going to continue to remind y'all of that. Because one thing about it, you prove it in your everyday lives with some of your relationships. Red flag after red flag. And what you doing? You're giving them the benefit of the doubt, But somebody taking accountability and being honest, as a lot of y'all are out here, that's rare. Okay? It's more leechers out there than it is real ones. Look at this. It's more followers than leaders. And you're a leader. That's what's being said about you. Whatever you guys do this weekend, I hope you be safe. I'm going to come on here and do some more readings. Like, of course, New Year's Eve, I'm going to come on here and do some readings with you guys. Or come on and chat with you. Talk about your New Year's resolutions. All right, we got the Sun card. Leo energy. The moon is in Leo at this time. The sun is in Capricorn, right? So I feel like what's being said about you is you are someone who you change people's lives. You know what I mean? And I mean that like in the humblest way. You have changed people's lives. I feel like it's what's being said about you. There's nothing really that somebody can just say negative about you. You know what I'm saying? That's just their opinion. But there's nothing here that equates to you somebody dishing out something that they didn't deserve. Is the type of energy I feel like also is what people say about you. You don't go out looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? But you are at a point where you're going to defend yourself, and in the way that you're doing that, i.e., whether that's verbally or, like I said, distancing yourself, it's shocking the hell out of people. And it's letting them see, it's starting to look a little bit more cloudier, on their side, or, not even that, they were the cloud. I feel like is what's being said or what's being realized in a lot of your situations, or if you were someone who was rude to somebody, or like the relationship, or just every time you try to come together, it was always some type of fallout or just some type of disagreement or something, it's just your energy. It was not meant to mesh with that person's energy here. And they starting to realize that, had they worked with you just a little bit more, that they would be a lot more happier. You know what I mean? Somebody's not happy with the way that things ended with you. I really feel like in their mind replays moments of you guys being together. What they would do to get that feeling back. It's just like you going to Florida or Disney World, or, and it's just like those memories carry with you. It's adrenaline is what you feel. I feel like that's what's being said about you as well. Your energy is like an adrenaline rush. And you're somebody that really cares about people authentically. You don't come in a situation looking to use anybody for anything. You come in a situation as in trying to figure out how you can help lighten the load, make things better, make things happier, and make things easier, because you are you're the type that you like to come up with a solution versus crying about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's being said about you. I feel like people can't stand you because of that. You know what I mean? The greatest type of Aries to, I'm going to say the greatest type of Aries, but it's best for all, especially Aries, if you're an Aries sun. You know what I'm saying? That is the most high vibe person ever. It's like your cheerleader cheering you on at the game. You know what I mean? Come on, team. Like, we got it. Passing out Gatorades and just making you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And that's how an Aries is in general, and I don't care where it is. You can be Aries moon, or Aries rising, or, wherever it's aspected in your natal chart. For the most part, that's passion inside of you, inside of that placement. You know what I mean? Here it's just all about the way you channel it. And you are channeling yours quite well. And that's what's being said about you. You know what I'm saying? People may have thought you was going to crash out, be a crash dummy, or just fuck up your life, or just fuck up something, but it's not going that way. You know what I'm saying? You are learning, you are growing. All right, Spirit, what's the time? Okay. I'm just going to do a few more and I'm going to end the reading. I love these cards. Thank you to those of you who purchased all my Amazon wish lists. The moon. Pisces energy. What is the cups? Okay, stuffed pasta. So this is the Rapinia, and the sky is the moon. Don't y'all love it? So y'all know what that is. That's Pisces energy. And it's so funny because the moon rules over Cancer, right? But in the tarot deck, the moon is Pisces energy, reflecting the intuition and the psyche. And, like I mentioned, the high priestess is already out here. So this could be you yourself, you know what I'm saying, into tarot, just simply put as an example here. Reiki healing, like I mentioned earlier, you could be a reader, you know what I'm saying, or people just could know that you are into this type of stuff. And that's what's being said about you. They're talking about it, and not only that, they hating on you. Because 12th house rules that, people who are talking about you, you may or may not know, but for the most part, it's people that make sure they don't get caught doing what they doing and that they don't get caught by you. So there's a lot of attention on you. You know what I'm saying? Or this is the type of energy that you are embodying or will be. You got the sun and the moon out here. I feel like you got somebody stalking you day and night. Or somebody just saw you go from rags to riches, or somebody watched you in your darkest moments and they can't believe how you made a 360, did a double, triple, quadruple flip off the trampoline and landed and stuck it like you was in the Olympics. I mean, you could have been an addict of some sort here. You could have gotten an accident. You could have been in the hospital. Hell, you could have lost your damn mind. And they just knew it was over for you. And that's what's being said about you. Go, you stronger than ever. And you're getting healthy, or, you have grown tremendously. All of the dark warfare, spiritual warfare, all the kitchen magic that was cooked up, the voodoo dolls, Spirit just laughed at it. And that's what's being said about you. You ain't nobody to try and come up against here. You are watched over by sacred entities. Queen of Lunga, aka the Queen of Swords. And the Ten of Swords, Ten of Lunga, is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. I gotta show y'all this. The drink and the pasta bowl spilling on this damn man head. What's being said about you? You build bonds with people that know they not shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is what's being said about you. It's like people know, they know as well, that once they fuck up with you, once they've hit that button for the last time, that they are locked out of those gates of Aries heaven. That's what's being said, and that's what's being felt. That's that cold energy that radiates, but not purposely, because you have to understand, I feel like people know beforehand what they're coming into your life for and what they plan on doing, contributing, how long they plan on staying for the most part. And this is an energy of their intentions were never pure to begin with, and they knew that. But like I mentioned here, now they have to put respect on that, which is you, because welcome no more. Welcome here, baby. And it hurts. That's what's being said about you. Or at least that's the impact that you are having on people out here. People are insecure a lot of times. It's why people try and portray and act like that there's something that they're not, in front of other people, but behind closed doors, they real tea, the real story, the real them, because you can read right through that. So, I mean, people could come in because they need to feel your energy, because they weak at that time, or they want to try and use you for clout, you know what I mean? Or just anything, you know what I mean? They're going to do it, even if they know that they're going to screw you over in the end. And I feel like this is what also, it's just not about what's being said about you, but, it's having to live with the consequences after that. Because when your mind is made up, it's made up. Like I said, the damage is done here. Like this Tenalunga, the damage is done. You can't rewind this once this happens. And this type of shit replays in individuals' mind time after time. Like you really stood on that. And yes, you did. You more respected than you know here. I feel like whether they like you or not, you know, they are going to respect you here. All right, give me one more and I'm closing this reading, y'all. Reading's almost over 30 minutes long. But hopefully I'm talking to somebody here, all right, on this Good Friday. So we had the Seven of Torta, and this, it kind of came out inverted. The Seven of Torta is the Seven of Wands. Okay, like I said, more energy of protect yourself. I know the words are probably something else. Express yourself, I think is how the song goes. But protect yourself, you know, is what Spirit is saying going forward here. And I feel like people realize that at this point. You know, if you want to get to know the Aries angel again, you might have to start from scratch. You know, you might have to rebuild a relationship. And that's if you allow them to do that. That's if you put yourself in that type of energy, you know, because like I said here, it's never good to be unsure on how somebody really feels about you. If something was to happen to you, you know, you're not sure, you and this person falling out every other day, or you know what I mean, or you got to watch them, or you don't trust them. Let me just put it like that. You know, you're going to have to X that type of energy out of your life, because they're going to always be doing some type of sneaky scare tactic against you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know, a lot of times people can't be trusted, and that's that on that. You know that, but I feel like they feel away because you now know that. They're not fooling nobody. And that's what's being said about you. You know, they're not fooling you. Whether it's just something that you know somebody did and it's between you and that person. Either way, you know, you can pull up their card. So the insecurity is out there at that point in time here. You know, you break people down to their knees here, and you not to say you give them hell, but you're going to protect what's yours, and that's you at all costs, because you only get one you. You know what I'm saying? And then you only get that one time where you get to come in and play with the Aries angels. And after that, it's over with for your ass. I'm going to leave this reading here. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. I have work to do. Ciao.